Hi everybody, Donna again. So today I'm going to talk about a topic that is very near and dear to me, and that is the topic of nutrition and exercise, or as it says on the top here, skinny tips and tricks. And I personally don't really like to call it skinny too much because it has such a negative connotation, and especially in today's society, there are way too many people dieting and trying to be thin for the wrong reason and doing it the wrong way. So what I want to share with you today is kind of a lifestyle change that I have embarked on over the last few years. And basically what I am is a pescatarian. And what that is somebody is a vegetarian, but somebody who eats fish. And it's actually I guess I'm more of a pesca vegan because I actually don't eat dairy products either. And I used to be full vegan, but the reason that I am now eating some fish is because I wasn't feeling like I was getting energized enough during the day from the vegetable protein that I was eating, and also I was having some trouble digesting some of the vegetable protein like beans. And so although that's really, really healthy and I would prefer to be all vegan, my body just, couldn't really handle it. Plus, I think it's better sometimes to do things step by step instead of trying to do, make extreme changes all at once. It's better to just take it slow and do what you can. So I want to talk about nutrition, what I eat, and also what I do for exercise, because I think the two go hand in hand. And you can't really, for me personally, I loved exercising. I was the captain of my cheerleading squad. So I've been very physically active ever since I was young. My mom was very physically active, so, she'd take me to ballet class, gymnastics. I was swimming, everything that you can think of. And then finally I got into cheerleading, which I loved. One of my biggest passions in high school. And of course, when you're a cheerleader, you have this insane pressure to be thin and to look good. And, we want to look good because it's amazing to, feel confident about yourself and to look pretty and all that. So, being thin, I guess, was always really, really important for me in high school. But back then, I didn't really know how to eat healthily. So what I would do would be to skip meals and diet. And that was just very, very bad. On the outside, it looked like everything was fine because I was thin and I was, the captain of my cheerleading squad and I was doing well in school. So it all looked fantastic, but I was actually kind of really not so happy inside. I was crumbling. And I would basically just skip breakfast and eat very, very little lunch. And then I would kind of have dinner and, but eat really, really bad food, like a lot of carbs and sugar and not the good kinds. And I would kind of wonder why, my metabolism was so slow and why I would just feel awful all day. But anyway, so then I came across some really inspirational people. And one of them that I came across was Alicia Silverstone. And she was one of my biggest idols growing up. She was the star in the movie Clueless. And I think she's gorgeous. She just has this amazing energy. And she is actually a vegan. And so I was doing some research and I just, she was talking about the reasons that she became vegan and just how much greater she felt, and then how she lost a lot of weight from just transitioning from, a meat and sugar diet to a really healthy vegan diet. So I just thought, wow, if somebody like Alicia Silverstone is doing this, then I can definitely do this, and I want to do this too. And I know that there are a lot of other celebrities as well that are switching to vegan diet. It's becoming very, very popular. And it doesn't have to be expensive either, because I thought, wow, to be able to shop at, organic places and blah, 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 it's going to cost you so much money and blah. But actually, if you dedicate yourself to, learning about nutrition and learning where to get things. Like, you can go to the farmer's market pretty much every week and stock up on really, really healthy local foods. So for example, my mom and I, we go every Sunday. We'll go to the local farmer's market and get the stuff that's in season, and we'll cook together. And it's just, it's great. So anyway, I don't believe in dieting at all. And I think that you guys, it's not the way to go. You're not going to feel good from it. Your weight is going to yo-yo, you're going to slow down your metabolism. If you don't eat breakfast, you don't eat regularly, you're going to starve yourself during the day, and then you're going to get hungry at night, and you're just going to mess up your metabolism. The better way to do it, I have found, and now I'm just going to say this, it's not going to work for everybody, because nutrition and exercise is one of those things that you just have to experiment your way through. It's going to take you many, many years probably to find the right solution for you. But for me, what I found works best is to eat many times a day. So I eat actually 5 times a day. And you're probably thinking, oh my God, 5 times a day, that is like how does she maintain her weight? But I'm eating really good foods, I'm not eating refined sugar, and I'm not eating, I'm not eating donuts, I'm not eating cakes, I don't cut it out completely, because I believe that moderation is key. But I'm eating really, really healthy foods, such as whole foods. I try to limit the amount of packaged foods that I eat. Things that, like when you go into the supermarket, you go into the market, buy things that look like food. Don't buy things that are in a packet, that are, packet with long ingredient lists, because that's just not what food looks like. And so if you're buying things with a long ingredient list and all packaged stuff, you're probably buying things that have had their nutritional value completely stripped out of them. So buy whole foods, buy colorful foods, like lots of veggies, lots of fruits. So I like to think that I'm eating a rainbow a day, and I know that sounds really, really cheesy, but it works. Like if you're eating lots of different colored foods, it means that you're probably getting a lot of good nutrition. And that kind of food will also sustain your energy, which is really, really good. Then what to cut out? Definitely don't eat, like I said, a lot of sugar. Don't eat preservatives. Don't eat don't eat fake sugar like aspartame. Aspartame, I don't know how to pronounce that, but that's really, really bad for you. Don't eat MSG, food flavorings like that. Very, very bad. So try to keep it as natural as possible. And if you are going to eat dairy, which I prefer not to eat, but if you are going to eat it, then I've read somewhere that it's really good to look into raw dairy, because at least then you're not, when it's unpasteurized, you retain the nutritional value that's in the dairy. So that's my advice on that. And when it comes to fish and meats, I always buy fish that's wild, because it's healthier for you. And I just have cut out meat completely from my diet. So I don't even, that's just not something that I eat. The other one thing I want to say is that hydration is extremely important. It's important for just to maintain your energy level during the day, for your skin, for your complexion, just to be able, if you're exercising a lot like I am, then, it's important for recovery. And I actually wake up every morning and I drink 2 full glasses of water every single day. And that's great, because it's going to help your digestive system work. And you're just going to feel really, really energized naturally during the day. And it just, helps you go to the bathroom and all that stuff. So I definitely recommend hydrating, and in between your meals as well. And when it comes to exercise, so I obviously don't cheerlead anymore, but I am still exercising. I love going to the gym. I love running, and I run maybe 4 times a week, 3 to 4 times a week, 40 to 60 minutes kind of thing. And I also go to the gym and I do a lot of core and strength training. And core work is really, really important. And people often overlook that, but it's important because if you don't do it, then your body is not going to be stable and you're probably going to develop a lot of injuries from there. So do Pilates, yoga is great as well, or you can just do your own core stuff. I mean, you can even work out at home. And exercise is one of those things in life for me. It's like nutrition now. I can't live without it. It's like food and water. And without it, I don't feel as happy. I don't feel like, I'm as energized throughout the day. I just don't have as much sort of willpower or passion to do the things that I love to do. So definitely, you guys, if you're not exercising and if you want to lose weight, I definitely recommend exercising, and your metabolism is just going to speed up so much. You're going to feel amazing. You're going to release a bunch of endorphins. You're going to love it, and you're going to get addicted to it, and then you have to learn how to moderate. But yeah, exercise is great. And so the last thing I want to talk about is nutrition and exercise. So already, if you're trying to establish a healthy diet, that's great. The thing with exercising is sometimes if you want to go out for a run, say, and you've just had a meal, that can be really difficult to digest. So I would recommend eating complex carbs and foods that give you a lot of energy, but try to limit your fiber and fat intake, because if you eat a lot of that right before you go running, you're going to get a cramp. It's really hard to digest. So try to limit that. And those are the foods, healthy fats, by the way, and fibrous foods you can eat after. And it's also really, really important to eat a lot of protein and carbohydrates after, so that your body can recover from that wonderful workout that you did. So I know that's kind of a lot of information that I just threw at you, and, asking somebody to change their diet or their exercise habit, that's a huge thing to do. And it can feel very, very extreme. And like I said before, everybody works differently, and how you respond to exercise, nutrition, everybody's different. So I would, take what you want to take from what I've said, and I'm sure you have your own ideas, and I hope that you can find your own lifestyle change that works for you. Because really, after I changed my diet and I stopped dieting and I actually ate regularly, I just began to feel so much better about myself. I have more energy. I'm still slim. I still feel, good about myself. I still feel confident, but I'm not dieting. So those are my tips for the day. And try not to do anything in extreme. That's another thing to remember for today. And I will be back next time with more exciting stuff for you guys. Okay, bye-bye.